Welcome back to the show, everybody. We have a lot of news for you today. Listen to some of these headlines here. Kryptonairs has officially been released to the distributors. I would look for a launch of the film within the next 30 to 45 days. Extremely exciting. All right, now lots of XRP flying around, and it looks like Ripple's sending most of it. NFTs continue to take the main stage. That's right. Don't believe it. It's still true. NFTs are changing the world. Latest news on Bitcoin ETF from Van Eck. We'll talk about that. 10,000 taxis and crypto. What do they have in common? Oh, it's getting good, ladies and gentlemen. And Facebook, rumor on the street is they're holding Bitcoin. Yeah, well, we'll hear. They have a call today for their quarterly report. U.S. House legislation, will it be the game changer for crypto? Because they are now trying to address the conflict between SEC and the CFTC and who gets to rule over cryptocurrencies. The Fed and the digital dollar, is it too late or is it right on time? We'll talk about it. Russia getting cut off from SWIFT. Uh-oh, what's that about? RippleNet expands into Asia. And Mr. Cattell from SBI, who is a holder in Ripple and R3, says they're about to IPO soon. Let's roll that beautiful intro.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at @BackupBradleyAbove at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. And we are talking about a lot that is changing the world, and it happens to do with blockchain and digital currency. And one of the things we're talking about right here is Kava Labs. Yes, read about Kava Labs SafeView Fund and how it helps secure the goal of elevating Kava to its safest cross-chain DeFi platform. And it really is. I went down into this and read it so you don't have to, but essentially what they're doing is they're going to have a brief inflationary period to create a pool of Kava tokens to be able to act as like an insurance fund in case they were to have some kind of a black swan event. This is really just a protection and cautionary measure that's being taken because Kava Labs is truly a decentralized platform, and I think it is really smart of them, although there have never been any problems with a black swan event or any kind of malicious attacks on Kava's platform. I can tell you that this is the right way to go in my eyes when it comes to making sure that the users of the platform understand that Kava has their best interest and safety and protection at heart. So make sure you check that out. All right, let's get on to the numbers this morning. It's 2.1 trillion plus. Now that's a little more like it for crypto. Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin now at $54,000 plus, and it is up 0.84% on the 7-day and down almost exactly the same on the 24-hour. Ethereum is really up this morning, $2,764.39. It's up 9.84 on the 7-day, 2.8 on the 24-hour, coming to the number 4 spot, courtesy of the dereliction of duty and intimidation tactics by the SEC. XRP is $1.41 at the number 4 spot. We are up 2.93% 24-hour, and we are up 10.12% on the 7-day. Now, don't forget there is a hearing tomorrow, and I believe I either have that information lined up for you to look at in this video or the next one. I'm not really sure, but I've got a lot laid out, so let's just keep rolling through it this morning. Let's look at the range here because that's really important, ladies and gentlemen. We're waking up this morning. Yeah, $1.41 right here. We're ranging between 131 and 141 for XRP, and getting above that 142 mark, I believe, is still a crucial point. And if we can get up above that and stay above that, I think we're going to be on that journey so many of these technical analysts have told us about. Here it is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Kryptonairs has been released, officially given and handed off to the distributors of the film, and it is very, very exciting. I want to shout out to Michael Dotzikas, Dustin Planholt, and Mike Jansen for all of our efforts and everyone else that we've been involved with to get this film done. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am for all of you to see this film. Remember, They will let us know when the launch date will be for the film. We have no control over that. But what we do have control over, and what we did make sure of, is that every single one of you will see it for free. So now I'll keep you posted on that, but that's a big deal in itself. Coming right here to djpetervest. Ripple and Bittrex transfer 65.6 million, with Ripple sending most of it. Now that is a lot of XRP, and it says they wire almost 70 million, with Ripple moving the largest portion of these crypto assets. That fascinates me, that during this court case that they're still able to make these moves and things like that. And I'm glad about it, by the way, because I want to see Ripple and XRP succeed, and I believe they will at the end of the day. Make no mistake about it. This is VChain, and here's from BondCrypt XRP. VChain incentivizes mass adoption of its enterprise NFT ecosystem with a $1 million grant program. The initiative aims to drive mass adoption of NFT projects created on the VChain Thor blockchain. It just got bigger, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that means. And shout out to Sonny and the entire team over at VChain. I'm a fan. Yeah, not financial advice, but here's more evidence right here that we're just seeing non-fungible tokens, NFTs, make a real hit, a dent in the universe, if you will. We're seeing the first professional sports team release of a non-fungible tokens by way of the NBA's Golden State Warriors. Come on in. Yeah, it just keeps getting better, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't checked out Band Royalty, check out bandroyalty.com. They are doing amazing things with NFTs. They have utility, and if you have one of the NFTs to the Band Royalty platform, it can give you the option to be able to put that token inside of a music royalty pool and get some of the royalties off of that music catalog that they have licensing for. Pretty amazing things happening with NFTs, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now here we see from Michael Val 5 links, over 10,000 taxis will soon accept cryptocurrency as payment after a partnership between two payment solution platforms. And I'm like, wait a minute, let's go down into this one. Slow up a minute here. Over 10,000 taxis will soon accept cryptocurrency payment after partnership between the two payment platforms. Beta test in November will use Ethereum, but the platform will work for any smart contract enabled blockchain. We know smart contracts are also coming to the XRP ledger. Mobile payments firm HIPS and Nordic Taxi Payment Rail, the payment house, have partnered to allow cabs in the UK and Scandinavia to accept cryptocurrencies over the Ethereum blockchain, according to an announcement on Monday. And here is the part that gets me, that I really like. The deal means that 10,000 taxis in the UK and 20,000 in Scandinavia can use the payment gateway after it debuts beta test in November. The platform will initially accept HIPS merchant token, and which is used on the Ethereum under its ERC20 standard, and the stable coin USD coin. Support for other cryptocurrencies is coming, according to the announcement. Testing that US dollar coin that could become a public-private relationship with the Fed, are we? Michael Val 5 links again says the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has delayed its decision on the VanEck Bitcoin ETF proposal until June. That's another 45 days off. We'll have to wait to see what happens. As you can imagine, if an ETF were to be approved by the SEC for Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, I could tell you right now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that in the short to midterm of that would probably be a huge success. Not financial advice, but we will keep an eye on it. Now here we see a rumor mill going on here, and Lord knows we got rumors out here in the crypto space, but this is one of them. Now there's an earnings call today. We'll have to pay attention to see if this turns from rumor to fact. But think about this for a moment. If we do find out, in fact, that Facebook could be carrying Bitcoin on its balance sheet, though there's no official proof that Facebook holds any Bitcoin, rumors have begun to circulate that the massive tech company does hold cryptocurrency. Proof of the company's holding is set to be revealed tomorrow during its earnings call on April 28th. Well, I don't know if that's actually happened yet or if it's today, but investors and CIO Atlanta Digital Currency Fund, Alistair Milne, tweet out the rumor causing a stir of social media platform. Rumor Facebook will announce they hold Bitcoin on their books when they release their quarterly results after trading close tomorrow. We will see what happens. I don't know the answer yet, but I can imagine the announcement would bring a lot of attention. Remember that Facebook also launched the Libra token, which is now called Diem because it was such a bad reception when they launched the Libra white paper. But it does appear that the Diem token is going to go the distance. And I want you to think right now what a stable coin or a private digital dollar could do for the 2.5+ billion users on the Facebook platform, and what that would do to very quickly be a very short crash course in most of the United States understanding what digital money is, right? I think that would be one hell of a crash course. Now, one thing we want to keep in mind here from Ian Northing here is he reminds us that the U.S. House did pass legislation to bring clarity to digital assets. Now, they passed 6 different bills in the House. Now, we haven't gotten it through the Senate, and we certainly haven't got it signed by the administration, but the reality is that from all the money, I think this sums it up right here. The bill seeks to bring clarity to the roles of the agencies such as the SEC and the CFTC. We've got to split that confusion in regulation of digital assets such as cryptocurrencies in the U.S., primarily related to the ongoing debate on whether cryptocurrencies are securities or commodities. It will create critical collaboration between the SEC, the CFTC, and the government to ultimately help create the transparent markets. We will keep a very close eye on that. Did I say close eye? Yeah, we're going to keep a very close eye on that. Now, this is interesting to me because we've seen this tone from the Fed. Now, listen to this here from Michael Val Five Lakes. Many people just look at the asset prices and they look at some of the things going on in the equities market, and I think they reflect froth in the equities market, said Powell, who did not mention either Dogecoin or GameStop in his responses. And he also went on to say that he restated his earlier take that the U.S. can take its time to get a CBDC right. And, a lot of us, the knee-jerk reaction to that is, no, we're behind. China's way ahead. But I think the reality here for me is that, I don't think we have to be concerned because he has also mentioned about the public-private relationship to get a digital dollar done. And if you look at Jeremy Allaire and what Brian Brooks had done when he was the chief legal officer at Coinbase before becoming the OCC head, they created and worked on the USD coin project from Jeremy Allaire's circle, right? So, I have to say that I believe that digital dollar already exists and it's been testing out. And as we just showed you as well, it's also going to be working with that beta test program with taxi cabs accepting digital dollars. So that's what it appears to be. Here's the other thing too. Of October of last year, what did we see? I'll tell you what we saw. We saw the Federal Reserve and FinCEN move the proposal also from the travel rule to try to reduce the clarification and transfer information from $3,000 to $250 for any transfer that goes outside the United States. The proposal would also widen the agency's definition of money to explicitly include cryptocurrencies. Now, that was done of October 2020, late last year. There's part of this that I say to myself, they don't have to rush to get it right because I believe that digital dollar has already been made right. That's kind of where I'm at. They just literally have to say the USD coin's going to serve as that, and instantly we're there, and it's about them working out how much goes into circulation, how much doesn't, and all that business. So I don't think it's very difficult, and I think these things have been worked on for a lot longer than people even care to admit. Now, this is from Mr. Yo-Yo, who has a private group, if you're interested. Active war, what? Ukraine asks EU to consider cutting off Russia from SWIFT payment system as Kiev seeks more sanctions against Moscow. We know that things have been flaring up there on the political front, and now we look at the possibility that Russia could be eliminated from SWIFT, or at least have more sanctions placed on Russia based on the actions that are taken there. We'll have to keep an eye on this, but this directly comes into our world because we know that Ripple and RippleNet have built a brand new system, which is in fact dismantling SWIFT piece by piece. Will these things play a role in the future? We don't know. But anytime the political crossroads or winds start to cross over into our neighborhood, we're going to have to pay attention, unfortunately. All right, now here we see a reminder here that RippleNet backed payment service to infiltrate 3 more Asian Pacific countries. Check this out, because I love this, because regardless of what's going on with the U.S. legislation not being in place for crypto, or the SEC versus Ripple case being a complete and utter mess, we look here and see that Ripple and RippleNet continue to forge forward with the global effort. And according to an announcement made through a press release, dLocal, a payment company that operates in RippleNet's ecosystem, will now be assisting merchants in Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam. Listen to this. In Malaysia, the company is already enabling exporters to accept payments through e-wallets like Touch and Go, Boost, GrabPay, and Maybank to You. Listen to this too. Whereas in the Philippines, the dLocal is capacitating merchants serving the locals to accept international plastic, i.e. Visa and MasterCard. Further, merchants would also be enabled to accept card payments in up to 12 installments in sales without a CVC, which is a card verification value. This is exciting to me. I look at these things and say to myself, they're testing it live. They're doing all this live testing on the other sides of the world. So when they roll it out here, it just happens. And then that's just the way it goes on. And before long, nobody will remember how it used to be. Navati here is partnering with Afterpay, Navati being a Ripple partner. If we look at this very quickly here, digital banking payment company Navati has been selected by Afterpay for the delivery of its payment card program in New Zealand. Now, I can tell you one thing, Afterpay is extremely popular. If you don't believe me, ask Mrs. Backup, because she uses Afterpay so much, you'd almost wonder why you even use it at all. There's, people use Afterpay to break the payments up of a purchase so it doesn't cost as much. But of course, unless you're Mrs. Backup, who buys so many things and puts them on Afterpay, you actually have a large purchase each month trying to pay all the damn Afterpay payments. But I digress. And moving on, we see that someone must know something, because analytics platform Sentiment recorded a significant spike in addresses with millions of dollars in XRP. The number of addresses holding more than 1 million XRP shot up by 1.25%. Roughly 19 new whales have joined the network in a short period. And rest assured, I am not one of them, but the good news keeps coming regardless. President Katow mentions IPO for Ripple Labs and R3, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting real. It's getting real. Coinbase cut the ribbon, right? Coinbase cut the ribbon, and this is going to be a wave of IPOs. This is just like the .com era, only now we are moving into the .crypto era, and this is extremely exciting. And I'm looking here and want to read you this particular part of the article right here. President Katow mentioned Ripple while talking about the policy of investing in venture companies with innovative technology. The company's management said it would aim for an initial public offering, IPO, once the proceedings with the U.S. SEC were closed. Makes sense to me. The company's IPO has often been suggested. And it says SBI holds more than 10% of Ripple shares, and R3, which is the largest external shareholder, is also considering going public, said Katow. Well, really? Well, don't we love Yoshitaka Kitao? He is an amazing businessman. Insisted on the high potential value, R3 is a company that develops distributed ledger technology platform Corda, and which is now also, in an afterthought, worked with the Cordite Foundation to release XDC because they failed to launch a token with the platform from its inception. But there we have it, and I think R3 is going to be extremely successful. None of this is financial advice, but what I can tell you that is an absolute fact is that you can buy Ripple here when it's available, but it isn't today. But I'll tell you what, this is where it starts. It starts with private equity, and it's private investing made simple. You do have to be accredited, but actually you don't. If you don't meet the financial requirements, click the link in the description box in the comment section for ExamFX. You will get all the resources and a digital practice test to get your Series 65 certification. And you won't need to meet the financial standards to be able to be accredited. You will be able to pass that test, and it is a non-issue for you moving forward. Now, looky here. There is a lot of new stuff out here, and we know Marqeta is absolutely killing it, and all these other products that are here. Keep a close eye for more Uphold and more Ripple to hit the boards. But if it does, you better act fast. So if you're thinking about taking that test, I would suggest studying up and make it happen. All right, that's going to do it for me. Hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Share with somebody you know. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. 100,000 plus subscribers. I couldn't do it without each and every one of you. I can't even tell you. My heart is filled with gratitude for what we've been able to do, and we've done it together. I am sharing this with every single one of you because it means nothing without you. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you share with somebody you know, and I'll catch all of you on the next one.